You're tuning in to Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo, coming at you with another live stream. We're going to talk about this because this guy stays in Arizona and he's saying that finding a job in 2024 is horrific. So, this guy does Uber, he does DoorDash, he does Lyft, he does Amazon Flex. Now, if he gets wind of this video, when I put the link in the comment section for people to look at your channel, because I will be doing that, I just want you to know I want to see you win for your family, for yourself. At the same time, it's not difficult to find something in Arizona. Arizona has a hospitality business. You're in the South. You should get into the hospitality business. Amazon Flex do pretty good. DoorDash is fluctuates. Uber Eats fluctuates in Arizona. The market you should look into is hospitality, valet service. Become a supervisor, manager, and your life could change. There's ways to make money. You're doing pretty decent on the internet. So people do listen to your content. I listen to your content. And I want to see you not be in fear. I don't want to see you like always what's happening. There's a time and a season for everything. You know, the Most High is trying to have a conversation with you. And so that's something you have to look into. So without further ado, let's play this clip. Let's go.
To find a job. But the asterisk that I have on the job is finding a job that's better for me. That's better meaning where I'm at now, an increase financially, right? And those jobs are difficult for me to find. Or are you on the side of things and just expressing that it's just hard for you to find a job, period?
It's not hard for people to find a job, and it's not hard for you to do what you need to do. It's just that people have fear of doing something that they know they're capable of doing. What is it that you fear of doing? They only can say no to you. That's the only thing they could say is no to you. And you get back up and you have it figured out. Your wife believes in you. Your daughter believes in you. You have to believe in yourself, more importantly. And the Most High is trying to have a conversation with you. You out there in the sunshine set of Arizona. And so there's plenty of hospitality availability. You could be a manager. You could be a general manager in the valet business or certain hospitalities. You know, you can make connections. Go to a lot of these functions. I mean, there's so much you could do. You know, it's good that you're talking about it. At the same time, you have to do something about it. See, with me, I'm doing something about it, meaning I'm putting in the work, I'm putting in the effort. I'm not going to be on the woe it's me. You know, a lot of us is going through certain financial situation. At the same time, that doesn't neglect the fact that you have a team rooting for you, and you should be rooting for yourself to get better. You know, most people give up. I give you kudos for not giving up because most people will crash out and give up. And, you know, we already know what time it is. You haven't got to that point. I just don't want you to be in fear, you know, because when you go do DoorDash, you should write down things. I don't know if you write down things, Chris. You should start writing down things more often and get it figured out. You got the Nike sign, just do it. You got to do it. Let's go.
Are you telling me that just jobs aren't hiring, period? Because I'm seeing hiring sites everywhere on a lot of these companies, a lot of these buildings. But then I also, in the same breath, hear people tell me, oh yeah, they say that they're hiring. And I heard about the whole like resume farming scheme potentially that companies are
I'm
doing.
not worrying about that. You shouldn't worry about that too. That's fear. Stop worrying about what everybody else talking about. Okay, so they doing some type of supposed situation. Stop worrying about that and get your mind right. See, this is where a lot of you mess up. You're worrying about them doing this and doing that. If you know you're the right candidate and you confident, you'll get the call. The thing with New York, it takes 2 months. It don't take that long in Arizona. That's the difference. You in a state that if your credentials is correct and you drive, why don't you get into a serious driving business? Because it's nothing wrong being around your family until you get certain things situated, then you could be around them more. There's no excuse, Chris. There's no excuse. You got to get on the road a little bit more. And I'm not saying you have to do so many hours. What I'm saying is be smart about what you do. You in Arizona, you in the sunrise state in Arizona, bro. There's no excuse. Hospitality, get into it, man. Get into the hospitality. There's a lot of family men into hospitality. What about driving for Amazon? You do Amazon Flex. Yeah, you're going to be a lot of hours on the road. Yeah, it's going to take care of your family until you get this YouTube thing going to the next step. And let me say this to you, Chris. You have potential. You have potential, man. It's just that you too caught up in worrying about the money. Let me speak to you from experience. There's times when you worry about money, you ain't getting money. Don't worry about the money. The money's going to come. When you don't think about it, that's when everything starts opening up for you, Chris. Hear what I'm saying. I know you want to be at a certain point right now. Don't let nobody apply pressure on you. Chill out, relax, rewind, go into your prayer closet, mean what you say, and then when you start getting back to where you used to be, pray even better for the Most High. Give him more praises, man. There's no excuses. You're going through a change. Every man goes through a change. Don't get into that fear. Do not get into that fear. Let's go.
Hi, we're visible.
All right, hold on a second, y'all.
So personally, right, like I stated, it is difficult, I feel like, for me finding a job, a high earning job, because I do realize that you need the skills, the education.
No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. There's a lot of people that don't have skills and education that's making decent money. You just don't believe you're capable of doing it. There's people that sign up on applications every day. They're not even qualified. And for some reason, the person got a chance, even though they don't have the qualifications, and their life changed. Stop going into what everybody else is doing. That's where you're going wrong, Chris. If you know you're capable of getting to that level, then you're going to put it in your mind that you could get there. Listen, there's no excuse, Chris. I'm rooting for you, man. I'm really rooting for you, for real. Just like I root for my brothers and sisters in the truth. I root for them because I love seeing them win. I don't want to see you like this, man. I don't want to see you like this. At the same time, I have to call it for what it is. You in Arizona. I was in Arizona. There's a lot of potential for you brothers and sisters in Arizona. You just worrying about what everybody else statistics. Man, you can't worry about that. What about you? They might be looking for you, yet because you've seen everybody else get rejected, you in fear of being, listen, if you're in fear of being rejected, then I don't know what else to tell you. Because the only thing they could say is no, and that's their loss. Let's continue.
And the experience that come along with high earning jobs. And it also messes me up a little bit because I don't have the time because I'm working so much. I find myself not having the time. Sometimes I miss the phone calls. Sometimes I can't even really thoroughly
Because you're worrying about the money too much. This is a big problem. Stop worrying about the money. Stop worrying about the money, Chris. You're worrying about the money too much. You're worrying, oh my goodness, I ain't got this money to do this for my lady and for my kids. Chill out. Write stuff down. See what needs to be taken care of and what you don't need to take care of at that particular time. Answer the phone call. It's only 5 minutes. You in fear. I'm going to say it. You in fear, Chris. And you need to get rid of that chosen one thing. Because that's what he called. Let me show you what he called himself. He called himself Chosen London. Listen. With respect, it's your channel. Get rid of that chosen thing. Call yourself London. Gonna be great. That chosen thing, get it out. Because you're in the algorithm with them knuckleheads over there calling themselves chosen ones. And they're not chosen. Let's continue.
Sit down and seek out jobs because I'll get into it later. I don't want to jump ahead because I do know all what I want to tell you. But as far as interviews go, like I miss those sometimes because
That's your fault. So why are you complaining? That's your fault. If you get calls, then why are you talking about the system? You need to get off this chosen thing, man. You need to get off this chosen thing. I'm telling you, it's messing your brain up. Let's go.
because I'm working. I want to go to school for tech or to become an electrician, but
Nothing wrong with that. Here we go with the but. Here's the excuse. What's the excuse now?
I learned that trades, like of being an electrician, that's like one of the highest paying trades that you can do, right? They want you to be committed. And that's a bit difficult for me because that means I'll have to take a big pay cut in a risk that I don't know if it
Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I was right. It's the money thing. It's the money thing. So you afraid of taking a big risk to do something very successful. If Ringo is watching, he done a lot of sacrifice for his family when he was in New York to better his skill set. I'm gonna tell you, you need to listen to Ringo because he was a great plumber, for the New York City housing. And he started off shoveling snow, picking up the trash, and all the usual stuff. My dad even worked for housing. You know what I'm saying? Then he became senior, whatever, before he moved out of New York too. Anyway, my point is that you need to come over to listen to platforms like that and look at the old content. So once I share your video, people gonna watch your platform, see what's going on. And next thing you know, don't get upset when people let you know what time it is. Because if they didn't care, they wouldn't tell you. So don't take this negative, what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is that you need to go look at the old tapes of Ringo in the boiler room. He learned, yes, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of sacrifice. And he has 4 daughters. You have a daughter. So I'm saying, bro, there's no excuses, man. A man's got to do what a man's got to do. You got to make the sacrifice. If you want to win in society, of the Lord's perspective, you got to make the sacrifices. I'm making the sacrifices being on here to talk about this. And the numbers will speak for itself because it could be helping somebody else that is watching can learn from this too. Stop making excuses, Chris. You worrying about a cut? Man, a lot of these things ain't always forever. So what you gonna do? Make another video, complain, oh, this place ain't doing this? Yo, you gotta make the sacrifice. If you don't believe in it, it is what it is. Let's go.
it'll get worse just because in doing my research, there are there's so much competition, and competition that's willing to do the job.
Oh my goodness, this is fear talk. You worrying about competition? You're not ready. You're not ready to be successful, Chris. You have a defeatist mindset. You're not ready to be successful. The Most High don't want no whiners. You gotta put in the work, man. There's no excuses. If you want something and you want to attain certain things, Chris, you gotta put in the work. Ain't nothing gonna be handed to you, bro. Ain't nothing handed to me either. I gotta put the time and the effort myself too. So what are you talking about? You out there in Arizona, man. You want to trade places, Chris? You want to come to New York? You want to switch for a month? We could do that. I'll let you stay with your family here. Let me stay where you at. And watch I flip the whole thing into something more interesting in Arizona. And you will be crawling yourself back to Arizona if we was to make a switch. Because you do have a thing called switch apartments, switch homes. That's on the internet. I'm just saying, you want to do that? Do you want to come here and I go there and you can get into anything here and I get into something over there just for a month? It won't even take me that long to find something in Arizona. To make 6 figures, won't take me that long. And you will fall and tell your audience, oh my goodness, I gotta get out of New York. It's like, whoa. You worrying about competition? Do you know the Most High could put you in a high Amarancy of situation in Arizona? Neither here or there. Let's continue. I'm just saying. I don't know anything because, that's what they say. Let's go.
Far less, given the situation and the circumstances. And the other obstacle that I face, no excuses, just telling you the real
Here we go.
situation.
Here we go.
Is that the classes, the time is during the day. I'm looking and seeking out ways to better my situation, right? And all the classes and everything that's available, I have to do it during the day, and I'm working. So I'm really trying to find a flexible way for me to be able to learn and to get the skills and to get the education that's needed. And there's one more thing, right? Within this specific, what I'm talking about right now, is that you got to be careful in your journey in getting the education, getting the experience, right? Because you do not want to become overqualified. That's the thing.
Oh my goodness, you worrying about overqualified? You worrying about overqualified? You're not ready for the next step. I'm overqualified for certain places, honestly speaking. You don't see me crying. They say I'm overqualified. I'm not overqualified when I go back to the South. Most of these places say I'm overqualified because of my experience. You worrying about that? You don't believe in yourself. You worrying about, I'm overqualified. Bro, just get into the hospitality and become a manager. And then you have enough time to do what you need to do. I don't know what you want, man. You haven't figured it out. And hey, you're going to have to figure it out soon, man. There's no excuses. Time is not to play with. Thanks for those tuning in to the show. Thank you for tuning in to the show. I appreciate it.
Another point is that a lot of these jobs, a lot of these opportunities come from not what you know, but who you know. So networking is
Okay, so if you know networking, why you not networking? What's your excuse?
very important, and that will get you a long way. Sometimes I do. We're gonna take this real quick, and I'm gonna open up more to you, right, person to person. when you're looking for these jobs and you're going through the process, I'm right there with you. And let me know if you agree, disagree, tell me your perspective. I just wish the companies and jobs would just be honest with us up front. You have some companies.
It's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. It's not about that. It is not about that. It's not about that whatsoever.
Companies that will at least tell you how much you'll be getting paid, like directly. Most jobs, they give you that range, right? But even with that, taking it a step further, you have to like fully commit. You have to be, oh yes, I'll take this job. You have to sign the dotted lines before you can really get any real information about like benefits and what you'll actually be.
You ask about that on the interview. That's what the interview is for. But before you sign anything, you ask specific questions and they're going to tell you. You don't need to sign the dotted line to know. Well, if you talk about online, basically you're just giving out your application. And when you go for an interview, before you sign anything, you ask specific questions. And once you know how much you're going to make, if it's bi-weekly, weekly, whatever the case may be, then you're going to know what you're going to get yourself into. You're not answering questions. You're not opening up. You're not sure what you're getting yourself into. That's a way of knowing what you're getting yourself into as doing an interview.
Getting paid, like the stuff that we need to know, right? I just feel like it's hidden too much. There's too much, like you got to do too much and commit too much before you can get what you need. And I was thinking about it a little bit, obviously, right before I making this video. And some things I get, you may need to conceal it or not, just have it open to the public because you don't want everybody knowing exactly what you're making or what benefits you may or may not have. But at the end of the day, we need to know, or I feel like it would be better for both parties if we knew and had the information up front before totally having to commit and be in the job, have to go through a week's worth or 2 weeks worth of training before you really know what benefits you do or do not have to really know if this job is going to be worth it. Long-term commitment, like this is real life that we're talking about, like work, this matters. This is a big part of how we're going to make a means for ourselves and our families.
If you're not sure about what you need to do, get into the hospitality. Start off there. That's my best advice to you. You got a vehicle, get into the valet service, become a supervisor, a manager, work your way up, and then get into the field you want to get into. And then as time goes on, your content is going to be even better. Let's go.
And on this note, I truly feel at this point or believe that like changing jobs or going to the next career path or looking for one like I am right now currently doing, it's a gamble. I'm really starting to feel like me changing.
It's a gamble. At the same time, are you scared to gamble or you in fear? You're in fear of losing something. When you're in fear of losing something, you already lost it. You don't even know what it's like to win. You're scared to win because you're worrying about what everybody else thinks. What are you going to do about it? Let's go.
Switching a job, it's a gamble, and I don't think it should be. I don't even gamble. I don't feel like I should be gambling.
Oh my goodness.
Trying to improve and get.
Then that's why you stuck where you at and you don't see no results because you scared. The Most High don't like scaredy cats. The Most High does not like scaredy cats. Let's go.
The next better career position is a gamble, or do I need to double down on my? I like to be positive. I hope it's not a sticky situation what I'm in, but wherever God is leading me and taking me, I'm going to embrace it. Stay encouraged though. There are lots and lots of jobs jobs, companies hiring. Like I said, I see it all the time. There's got to be more jobs available right now than there are willing people to work. So you'll find your way. It's going to happen for you. If you believe in God, that's even better. Just know that He has exactly what you need for the season of life that you're in. And sorry, my camera woman was making faces. I didn't know what was going on for a second. So understand that the worst thing that can happen is they tell you no. The worst thing that can happen is you get that email that says, "Oh, I'm sorry, we moved on, or we filled the position with somebody else, or oh, I'm sorry, you're overqualified, or whatever the I'm sorry, and you're not getting this position statement or email or talk off is." Understand you can get 100 of those, and the 101st yes, or that first yes that you get after the 100 no's, that's going to be the most close to perfect position or job that's going to be for you. And it's going to be all worth it. But you have to go through the grind or the struggle, whatever it is, you have to keep pushing.
You go through the grind, there's no such thing as struggle. Struggle is fear. Struggle is fear. You go through the grind and you're going to make it. Let's go.
Forward. Never give up. Always keep moving forward. Always keep improving yourself, keeping God first, and things will work out for you. My brother, I did a video with my brother, and he gave it was a great video. It didn't get the views that I thought that it would. It's titled, "Why Finding a Job Feels Impossible Right Now," and he gives a very, he has a lot of wisdom, and he gives a perspective with certain X factors, right? In how finding a job.
You can't worry about the views. Whoever's supposed to get the message will get the message. That's what matters. Stop worrying about the views. The views will come. Your brother views will come. Somebody will look into it and it will definitely get the numbers it deserves. Stop worrying about that. Continue to do the message. Let's go.
Can't be, and a lot of it in the video is based on, high earning or decent paying jobs. I definitely encourage you to watch that video and stay encouraged. I know it's not easy trying to find a job in 2024, but it is possible. You can do this.
Frustrated with GA4? You're not alone. Google.
All right, y'all. I appreciate everyone for tuning in to the show. That's pretty much about it. So I'm going to get on out of here. I'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all take it easy. Thank you for viewing, and peace.